Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Janoy and I'm here to break down one more live profit trade that I took. How I was able to gain 13% return on one single trade just by reading the charts in 24 hours. Alright, so stay tuned. Let's break this down and show you how you can possibly do this for yourself. So basically, what stock did I trade where I was able to make 13% return in 24 hours, and how was I able to achieve this? All right, guys, the most important thing in order for you to be profitable and consistently profitable is, as a trader, you have to be able to read the price action and understand where price is going. That is one way to be very profitable as a active trader. Now, if you're an investor, this will also help you because you can also use the charts to identify low risk areas as well as undervalued price action, to where you can come in, take a stake in a company and allow time for that position and profit to grow. Okay, but when you're actively trading, is how do I identify the levels that I can jump in and make some quick money so that you can grow your portfolio. All right, so guys, this is Boeing. You guys have heard me talk about Boeing. I do pay a lot of attention to Boeing. I trade it a lot. I have it as a pretty good size investment, so I like it. I pay attention to the price action. Now, my last trade, I did make around 11,000, and I think I have one more that I made like 5,000. Now on this trade, on the, I think this was the 23rd of November, guys, after Boeing break out of the box here and run high. What box am I talking about? Let's pull it back in and look a little bit closer. Okay, so basically we see this thing was trading in a box, nice consolidation, and then right inside this area, that was my first trade. It broke out, but that's not the trade we're talking about. We're talking about what happened after price gapped up here. I closed that trade out and took the profit. Now, because I was still watching this stock, right, and I do understand the characteristics of price action, given right here we see price run up, it made a quick small high here, it made a higher low right here, and then price break out and it actually made a higher high right here in retrospect to this high down here, and then price pulled back again, and once again we have another higher low. All right, we have to put that into conjunction with the fact that the price had already broken out of the box right inside this area. So when we see that when the price pulled back here and found support, it actually also found support at old resistance. All right, so resistance become new support. So on this day right here, as soon as I see price starting to bounce after it pulled back day 1, day 2 did not, day 3 really didn't do anything. Now we start to get that bounce and I jump in using options. And if I go back to this diagram, we can see BA, I actually bought the June 18, 2021 option. That's over 200 days. Now, why would I buy that much time? Well, it's very important to understand that when you're buying an option, typically I like to buy an option that has a 0.70 delta. This means that every $1 the price action move, I will gain 70 cents per that dollar. Okay, and then the other 30 cents is gonna go towards the extrinsic value. Okay, so basically what I did was I bought an option that had a high intrinsic value, and I was paying a little bit for time, even though I had a lot of time. So I had 200 days to be right on this option. Yes, it cost a little bit more, but when I was getting in right here, I'm like, okay, if I'm wrong, I actually have until June of 2021 for this to still come and break out to the upside. Hence, it actually lowered the amount of risk that I was actually taking on my money, because it wasn't a case where I would lose my money in 2 weeks or a week if the stock didn't play out. All right. So from there, the stock bounced. The next day, the stock gapped up. Guys, what happened? 13% return in 24 hours. I have to think about this and ask myself, the stock gapped up, you're up 13%. What more would you want? It's about 12%. Given that I've closed big out with a little 200, that's 50 shares, making 200. We'll go into that chart as well. But when I looked at it, and I'm like, I'm up 13% on the day in 24 hours. I took the profit and move on and look for a different opportunity. Why did I look for a different opportunity? Why did I not stay in this trade and wait to see, hey, can it go higher? Well, we see the last time it got up here to the 225 level, it sold off. So the moment it gapped up on day 2, I'm looking to see price potentially do a double tap here, which is exactly what it did. It hasn't sold off, but now the risk becomes higher, because we already know that this level is actually the resistance level. Yes, at some point price is gonna break out here, but my goal is not to wait and hope that price breaks out. My goal is to just spot the pattern, pull back, boom, price breaks out here, I run it up, I close it down. Again, I took that money, put it in the bank, and I wait. Price pulled back here again. Now we got another nice bull flag, and again here price starts to break out. I jump in and I take some quick profit. All right. Another way that you could have been able to identify that move is by monitoring the hourly time frame. And when you look at the hourly time frame, you can see that here price had a nice resistance, but it keep on pulling back to the 50-hour moving average. Okay, so, and that is actually this orange yellow looking line. Every time price pulls back here, we get a nice run. Do you see that? That's the first time that happened. Now price pulls back again to the very same support level that it did before. Now this is where you have to look at some of the past characteristics in the chart, as well as understand where price is going overall in terms of the direction. And then from that point, this is where I come in and I make a projection. So what is the projection? The projection is last time it hit the 50 period here, it bounced, it ran higher. Okay, how much higher? Well, you measure the actual price here to this price that it run up here, and then that will give you an average or an estimation of how high the price can run. Price pulls back here. Now we're going to use this distance as a quick measurement as to from the support, how high up here can price potentially run. It's not going to always get back to the exact number, but once it gets into that region, as well as the old resistance, that is where we're looking to take the profit. All right, so that was a second way that you could confirm or identify what this price action is doing, to jump in and take a quick profit or take a quick trade. All right, the second trade is gonna be big. When we look at this chart, guys, it's very important to be able to identify these levels. Support, support. We see that every time price comes to the support, we get these very nice runs. Okay, this one not so much. Now again, we're back down here to the support. We have to keep in mind that every time price runs higher, we also have a lower high every time. So we see that price is in, you know, a triangular or a wedge consolidation right here. So right down here, once I see price is in the support level again, I got in, small position, and price gapped up. I close the trade out, guys. There is nothing else to do, all right, because it is a active trade. Now if this is an investment, when you buy it here, you can wait as long as possible for it to get back up here or for it to get back here. As long as price doesn't break the support level, then you continue to hold this investment until it does exactly what you're anticipating for it to do. But as a short-term trader, you just want to come in, spot the opportunities, get in, take the profit, and then you wait. Right here, when I look at this chart, what am I seeing? Well, I see price run up to the resistance and now it's consolidating. This is a typical recipe for when price wants to break out. It's gonna run to the resistance and then it starts to build a base at that level in anticipation of gaining momentum to break out. All right, so once I see that this small flag pattern consolidate and are ready to break out, then I will come back and reanalyze this chart, this setup, to see if there is a high probability that I can jump in here and take some quick profit from this trade. All right, so guys, that was the quick summary and chart breakdown, mindset, everything that I typically do before I make a trade and before I go ahead and take my profits. All right, so if you find some value inside this video, you know, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell, so each time my video comes live, you'll definitely be the first to get notified. If you have anything that you'd like to add or anything that I've missed in the chart, just throw it down there in the comment section and I'll come down there and be talking about it with you. All right, until then, I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you for watching.